Hello everyone.
Hi again.
Today we pick the topic of ODOP for you. So, one dynamics.
One platform.
When I first hear about the ODOP, it was, by the way, a very good naming, I think, in the Microsoft perspective. I was very excited. I first heard it in July 2022 in Inspire event, and I got inspired. And then also we heard it again with the details in the Ignite. So let's say it first. And I would like to mention that ODOP is not like a technical shift, but it's more about a real change that brings lots of things in our lives. But now let's discuss what is ODOP, Alper?
Okay. In one sentence, we can say ODOP is a unified platform that we can have both Dynamics applications and Power Platform applications together. Okay. So when we get in the detail of ODOP, we can say it is a centralized administrative portal. We can have a consisting data model. Okay. And we have one platform, so all administrators, developers, and users can use to monitor, develop, and maintain all these applications, you can say.
So, what's the aim of Microsoft when they think that we need ODOP?
So I believe Microsoft's aim is to harmonize all the experiences in one place. Okay. So what are the areas that Microsoft aiming to harmonize? We can say as a unified admin center, as I said. So you can have one admin center to have all the vision for the applications, both Power Platform and the Dynamics applications. So you can have cross ALM, which is Application Lifecycle Management, and with the Dataverse, you can have common data layer. Yeah, we will dig in later in this video if you want.
Okay.
And we have Power Platform in Power BI, in Power Platform, and Synapse integrations. Yeah, so you can use the data in this common data layer to report it and to visualize it.
I see. So when we have this ODOP, can you please mention a little bit from the user or admin or developer perspective, what are the benefits that we are going to have?
Okay, sure. First of all, I think the major one is the single sign. So with one user, you can have the visibility for all these applications, all these tools. So you can have one user to maintain all these this kind of tools in one place. So this is a huge benefit in my opinion.
Especially for me,
In my opinion,
I can say, because I really hate logging into different. Have to remember all these passwords, you know me, and
Yes.
yeah, I think
And
single
each-
sign-on is always the best.
Always the best. And each platform can have different UIs. So in this unified application, you can have one user interface and one website, so you can monitor all the things all in one together.
Cool.
Yeah. And one of the other things is one of the new technology, not technology, but the one phrase that comes to our lives, PPAC. It is a Power Platform Admin Center that you can use this single sign-on functionality also in here. And the other part is, as I mentioned, the common data layer. So with this common data layer, you can integrate for example, your F&O data to Dataverse. And with this application, this possibility, the Dataverse, you can reach your data from your Power Platform apps. So that helps us to have this functionality, common data layer. So the data can be reached from other platforms also in one place.
Yeah.
That's also as a benefit. And since there's all the platforms in one layer, so you can have a single ALM, application lifecycle management, and which that leads us these fast development, fast testing phases, and fast maintenance in the end.
Perfect. So we know that every benefit has a risk, right?
Correct.
So I know you are a very positive person. I'm not that much, so I always look into the risks as well.
Precautious.
So yeah, I'm very, very precautious because I'm a Virgo. This is probably why. So when we look on that one for the risks, I think the risks are about the migration, because when you are migrating, you are already being a user of the Dynamics user, then you have to have some technical knowledge. So also, about the learning curve increases for the system admins and developers for Power Platform tools and the ALM. So you have to read more, learn more, and watch more about the Microsoft tools, of course. Of course,
I don't think there's a risk for reading more and learning more.
Exactly.
But if you don't read more and learn more, that become a risk.
Exactly. This is what we have discussed before in our AI videos as well. So, world is changing, so you have to adapt.
Correct.
Somehow.
Correct.
And also, you have more dependency on the Microsoft ecosystem. Obviously. We can say this is a risk, but I'm a Microsoft enthusiast on all of its tools, so I don't find it as a risk as well, but this is something I think you need to think of.
Consider, exactly.
And if it's not configured correctly, of course, that could be a performance issue, but this can happen in everything, right?
Correct.
So if you do not configure your phone, if you do not go correctly, or anything, any technical thing that you have in your hands, then you have this
performance issue. That's a good point, actually, yeah.
Even if you do not have ODOP and you are integrating, and if you do not do the integration correctly for the Dataverse or else, you will have this issue. So the important thing is that, as you have mentioned, to adapt yourself to the new technologies or the technologies that you have already. Yes. So when we are going to use ODOP?
Actually, it is already taking place in our lives. So from now on, for recent past, it is by default, when you create a project, it is by default the Power Platform integration and the Dataverses become enabled by default. And some properties you can't turn off. It is on by default. Yeah, and this is one of the steps for the One Dynamics One Platform. And the other step, as I mentioned before, the topic for PPAC, which is already in our lives, and PPAC is another step for the ODOP. So it is step by step. Yeah, we are getting there.
So we are not on the LCS, and we are going to the PPAC already. Yeah, so it was also a huge change, I think, that we have. So it's not like thinking of that we have a live status on, okay, we are live today on the ODOP, but step by step.
It's not a switch you can turn off and on. It is step by step because it's a huge change. As you mentioned, it is not a technical shift, but it is a huge shift, and it has a huge benefits if you consider what we explained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's what's good about the ODOP. So yes, this is what we would like to discuss with you for today. And now it's, I think, the time that I would like to share some new events that we will have in September and October.
Exactly.
So we will probably, in the event-wise, we will not have too much events that we have in the past or in the future, because it's the summertime.
Correct.
But in September we have Nordic Summit in the 19th and 20th of September in Gothenburg, Sweden.
Okay.
And we will have Dynamics 365 Summit in 11th of October in Lisbon, Portugal.
Okay.
And also we will have Dynamics Con Europe and in the 4th of September in Copenhagen, Denmark. So these are the 3 events that really excites me, and hope I could at least be in one or 2 of them. We'll see.
Let's aim that.
Yes. And if you can do it as well, see you on those events.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, and wait for our next video.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.